Okay, so if I am being honest, I'm a little bit nervous and I will tell you why. But first, this is Big Bible Mini Movies. I am Shaun Jordan, and Jolie and I are getting ready to go and meet Gavin and Kalia for coffee, and we're going to discuss how I'm going to shoot the footage of their wedding that is this Saturday. Now, the part that really makes me nervous is that I have never shot a wedding before, and I offered to do it because Jolie and I love the two of them so much, but the idea of holding someone's precious wedding memories, the video of their wedding, in my hands, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. So you are going to go along with Jolie and I to have coffee. You're going to see me shoot the footage of their wedding. And at the same time, I want to talk about what the Bible has to say, specifically the New Testament, about this metaphor of the wedding ceremony, about the different roles people play in a wedding, and about the marriage. There's lots of New Testament metaphors and illustrations that use this idea of marriage. So that's what we're going to discuss, and if you stay tuned until the end of this video, I'm going to have like a little 1-minute clip of the ceremony of Gavin and Kalia's wedding. That is coming up. Let's go. A few days before the wedding, we met with Gavin and Kalia to discuss how to best shoot the wedding. Gavin and Kalia had prepared extensively for their big day. In scripture, Paul describes himself as the wedding planner in the marriage metaphor, that his entire job is to present the best version of us as Christians to Christ. After dinner, we got to share in this beautiful experience of discussion about the wedding and the anticipation of their future marriage together. And on a personal note, I want to cultivate that anticipation or excitement of this future home in heaven with Christ. And maybe it's because it still seems so far away to me, and maybe it's because I still feel I have planning to do. It can be challenging to really get excited for that big day. Speaking of big days, the wedding. The venue was apropos, the weather was crisp, it was perfect. It was great to see Brett, Gavin's big brother and best man, and Shaun uses the metaphor that the best man has the important role of attending to the groom, but he also knows the day belongs to the groom. As Christians, whether best man or maid of honor, we do everything we can to prepare others for the groom, Christ. And that's a role of the highest purpose. But we also know who the day of the wedding actually belongs to. Now, you may not know this, but most of the aspects of our American wedding ceremonies come from scriptural metaphor. When the bride presents herself in all of her beauty at the wedding, Paul offers this as a metaphor of us presenting ourselves to Christ, blameless in bright white fine linen, the wedding dress. He wants to present the best version of us before Christ. And any good woman strives to present the best version of herself throughout the marriage. Any good man strives to give selflessly of himself for his wife in the way Christ gave himself for the church. And when I think about it, this metaphor, this divine spiritual metaphor, is just as beautiful as this wedding day, comparing our relationship to Christ with the relationship of husband and wife on their wedding day, and comparing our role to the role of best man or maid of honor in bringing others to Christ. Now stay tuned for Gavin and Kalia's wedding short.
Butterflies every time I see him. I see us, our bond growing stronger, and then our bond with God growing stronger.
I would want to thank her for always being there for me and being my biggest supporter of everything I've ever done and always pushing me to be the best version of me that I can be.